good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Aussizz Group Education Summit 2022. My name is Inoshi Dikshit, and I will be your host for this session. Hope you all are having an informative day with lots of information on taking on board from previous sessions. This session will focus on study option in Northern Territory. We also have some very exciting giveaways for our attendees as we encourage questions and feedback. We have bumper cash prize to claim for the ones who leave the most descriptive review under this Facebook post. Also, please do not forget to tag friends at Aussie's Education Summit 2022 while adding your comment. The most contributed audience member in the chat box will be eligible for free giveaways such as free PTE coaching, IELTS coaching, PR consultation, and many more. We encourage you to come and be part of our summit. So, without further delay, I would like to introduce our expert for this session, Ms. Ayushi Shah. Ayushi is a QEAC certified course advisor with over 6 years of experience in our international education sector. She has been assisting international students to come to Australia and pursue their course and achieve their goals. We are also joined by Cheryl Brennan, Regional Marketing Manager at the esteemed Charles Darwin University. So during the session, if you have any question or seek any advice, please post your queries in the chat box and our expert will answer them at the end of the session. So without any further delay, now I'll ask Cheryl to share her knowledge and experience with us. So over to you, Cheryl.
Hi, thank you so much for your introduction. It's lovely to be here with you all today. I am Cheryl Brennan. I'm a regional marketing manager at Charles Darwin University. Now, is there a way that I can screen share?
Yes, Cheryl.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. Let me see. I'm just not sure. I'm not very familiar with this particular platform. You know what? I'm not going to do a screen share. I'll just speak with you all today. Charles Darwin University is a university based in Darwin, Northern Territory. We also have a small campus in Alice Springs, and in Darwin we have 3 campuses. Palmerston, which is our vet campus. We also have the Casuarina campus, which is our main campus. And we also have the Waterfront campus, which is home for our business law, accounting, and CDU International College. So our key achievements really are based around the return on investment our students receive from doing their studies at CDU. We're ranked #1 in full-time employment, according to the Good Universities Guide, for universities for postgraduate full-time employment. You will also see that we have a great, if you go to our website, you will see that we have great return on investment looking at starting salary rates for our graduates. And we also have, we're ranked #2 in Australia, according to the Quilt survey, for employers, ranking our students as being very knowledgeable, you know, in the work that they do with their employers. So they really feel that when they step out of CDU, they've got the skills that are required to really perform well. We are also leaders of online learning course delivery. We've been doing more than 20 years of delivering studies online. We were the first university to do online course delivery. Many of our students are domestic students, which is 90% of our students are domestic. They live in region, so learning online is basically their only way of being able to study. That said, we have international students commencing offshore online studies, and we have some onshore students doing online studies, but now all of our students are making their way to the Northern Territory to be studying face-to-face mode. And by the way, last year when a lot of other universities had to, basically all the universities had to close up and go to online learning because of COVID, our campus was only closed for about, I think, 4 or 5 days out of the entire last year. So it was always face-to-face study mode for our students, except for those that might have been trapped out of state. We were the first university to welcome back students through our chartered flight. It was great. We brought back 68 students in our chartered flight from 5 different countries. And we are also expert training providers. So we do deliver vet programs as well as higher education programs. And we have a wonderful range of programs. At last count, I think I counted about 125 different programs and pathways for our international students to undertake. The location itself is really one of the most brilliant things about going to CDU. And, it's not uncommon for me to hear from my students that say, Cheryl, in 2 weeks, I made more friends in Darwin than I did in the 5 years I lived in Sydney or in Melbourne. So that really brings me a lot of joy that students are really just meeting people, connecting with people, and creating their community there. So you'll definitely meet people from around the world. Darwin is an incredibly multicultural place. You're only, about a 5.5-hour flight from southern China. You're about 4 hours from Saigon, and you're about 2 hours from Indonesia. So it's really very, very easy to fly to Asia. And that's another thing, students just like being close to home. And we do offer very small class sizes. We have about 25 students per class. We have wonderful engagement opportunities for our students as well. So you really have this opportunity, and really the thing about living in Darwin, actually, truly, the thing about living anywhere is meeting the right people. Education is one step, but actually knowing your community, meeting people, that's where you're going to really get the best employment opportunities. We also offer internship opportunities embedded into many of our programs. And as I said, what a wonderful range of programs and pathways we offer our students. So the Northern Territory is, Darwin specifically, is about 160,000 people, but it's growing in size. It's very it's the gateway to Asia, and there's plenty of interesting projects. And really, I think a lot of people think about going to territory and they're concerned about employment, which is a concern that really you should not have. I hear from students that no one is really having any issues finding employment while they study. There's plenty of places to work. And there's a really diversity of industry in the territory, and in Darwin specifically. It's a capital city, and it just means that there's lots of employment opportunities, and some areas stronger than others. And as we go through some of the programs, I'll point out to you the employability kind of information that I can share. Now, I know a lot of you want to know about scholarships for semester 1, 2022, and I do want to let you know that most of our scholarships have already been allocated for this year. I know that postgraduate scholarships have been completely filled, and we are working to fill up our bachelor scholarship places. We have a Vice Chancellor International High Achievers Scholarship. That application deadline was the 31st of January, so we will be announcing that winner very soon. And we also have the Study in Northern Territory scholarship, and that deadline was also on the 31st of January. So again, that winner will be announced shortly. I do know that we still have, if anyone is offshore and they want to commence online, we have a 25% per year discount for offshore online commencement. We also have a CDU International College Pathway discount for diploma and international foundation students. And finally, Menzies Global Leader and Global Achiever. I believe there might be places available still in that as well, but that's for public health. And so it'd be the pathways for certificate of graduate certificate to master programs in public health and health research. So programs, of course, health and human sciences are particularly important for everybody now that we're kind of going through a pandemic situation, and we have a range of different programs for you to go into in health and human sciences. Things like Bachelor of Social Work, Bachelor of Medical Laboratory Science. We have Bachelor of Health Science and Master of Occupational Therapy. We do Master of Speech and Language Therapy, Master of Nutrition, Master of Dietetics, Master of Clinical Audiology. We have social work qualifying, we have the Master of Medical Laboratory Science, and we have a Master of Public Health and Master of Health Research 2-year package program. And so, yes, such a great range there. Business and law and accounting. We really offer our students the ability to tailor their studies to match their goals and complete internships and professional placements. Now, the Bachelor of Business is updated, and it includes strategic marketing and communications. We have international management and logistics, entrepreneurship and innovation, project management, tourism and destination management, HR management, and work health and safety. So our MBA program, we have an MBA of Sustainable Leadership. Very interesting program for anyone who's interested in MBA. It was designed as a response to the 2015 UN initiatives for sustainability, and most countries around the world are, taking part in this. That internship also offers a 300-hour professional internship. I'm sorry, that program includes the 300-hour internship. Or you can do a graduate certificate in health and business research, which means that you can complete this MBA and potentially go on to do a higher degree by research. One of the few unis in Australia offering an MBA that's set up that way. We also have a Master of Professional Accounting for people who might want to reskill and go into accounting, going into a program that is CPA accredited. Another interesting one that people are going into quite often now is the Bachelor of Digital Enterprise. And what that is, it's this mix of business and IT programs. So I think that could be something interesting for students. We have a very well-respected engineering program. Our engineering programs are accredited by Engineers Australia. We were the first university in Australia to be recognized under the Washington Accord. So our students will graduate with real work experience, participate in projects across biomedical engineering, renewable energy, sustainability, 3D printing, robotics and mechatronics. And our students in Bachelor and Master of Engineering can choose majors in civil and structural, electrical and electronics, and mechanical. So really wonderful employment opportunities in the Northern Territory for engineering, and some of the highest paid places, for graduates are in the Northern Territory in engineering. We have a fantastic IT program. Our programs are all accredited under the Australian Computer Society, and our students have optional internship opportunities to work in IT for government, health, and private industry. And so we have wonderful things: Bachelor of Software Engineering, we have Computer Science, we have a Bachelor of IT, we have a Master of Data Science, we have a Master of IT Cybersecurity, Master of IT in Info Systems and Data Science, and a Master of IT in Software Engineering. We put on a CDU IT Code Fair every year. All of our IT students participate in this, giving our students the opportunity to network with the Northern Territory government, who is the #1 employer of IT graduates in the territory, as well as 50 to 60 different businesses that join in every year. So we usually have 20 to 30 students hired right out of that CDU IT Code Fair. And if you're looking for academic excellence, sciences are our top ranked programs. We have Bachelor of Science, we have a Master of Environmental Management, we have a Bachelor of Environmental Management, and we have a brand new Master of Spatial Science, Applied Spatial Science. We also do a lot of work. We also have wonderful programs, including a Bachelor of Humanitarian Aid and Development, which includes a 400-hour professional placement. we have a Master of Public Policy, and we have a Master of Emergency and Disaster Management. So if anybody is joining us today really looking to make a difference in their community and, alleviate human suffering around the world, these are some really wonderful programs to consider. Moving on here, we also have education, very popular programs. So we have Bachelor of Education programs, which are 4-year in duration. You can study early childhood teaching, primary or secondary. And we have a Master of Teaching, which leads to that you can take in early childhood teaching, primary or secondary. Now, our teaching programs are accredited under the Australian Institute for Teaching and School Leadership and the Teacher Registration Board of Northern Territory. So do consider CDU when going into education programs. Now, I do want to let you know, nursing and midwifery, well, particularly nursing, is incredibly popular right now. And I'm sorry to say that all of our nursing programs have filled for 2022. And I'm still waiting for confirmation on whether programs are filled for 2023. And so right now, you won't be able to submit any nursing applications. However, I do have midwifery. Midwifery is available in Casuarina or in Sydney. And if you're looking to do commercial cookery, I think that we have one of the greatest commercial cookery programs in the whole country. We have Alice Springs campus and the Palmerston campus as your options to study at. Commercial cookery has filled and has already commenced for semester 1, 2022. So the July intake is the next intake for commercial cookery. Just keep in mind, it's incredibly popular. There's wonderful work opportunities in the territory. When I speak with Cert 3 students asking them, where are you working? How much are you making? I haven't spoken to anybody that had mentioned less than $30 an hour. So you actually can really earn some good money while you're undertaking the program, and of course walking away with a very great qualification. Our cookery programs are taught in block, so you're taking 8 hours a day, 5 days a week for 2 weeks at a time for a truly hands-on experience. And then you'll dip 2 weeks off, and you'll go back to 2 weeks on, and then 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, and then a bigger break at the end before you go into your next set of blocks. Our facilities are state-of-the-art. We have wonderful industry linkages across the Northern Territory and some of the best work opportunities in the entire country. Our class sizes are kept very small. We have 14 students per class, so that students really get the attention and space they need to learn. Our teaching staff are all very highly qualified professional lecturers and trainers. The chefs are fantastic. They really look after the students during your assessments. They're going to, they even make meals for the students during their assessments. And there's on-campus parking available in both locations. Now, just keep in mind, if you're applying for higher ed, you will be commencing on the 7th of March. And if you're going to be commencing in semester 2, 2022, the next start date is the 22nd of August. Of course, we have all the student support services that you would come to expect from any major university: personal support, academic support, and international student support. You'd be happy to know that the cost of living is a little bit less in Darwin than in other locations. Rent is the big saver. So if you're looking at rent savings from Sydney to Darwin, it's 30% less expensive to live in Darwin when it comes to rent. Utilities, establishment costs, groceries, entertainment, about the same as you'd pay anywhere else, but public transport is only $7 per week or $1 per day. And you've listened to me, and I thank you so much for your time and attention. You are welcome to check out cdu.edu.au. Have a look at our achievements and rankings so that you can really get a great understanding of your return on investment coming to the Northern Territory and studying with CDU. And CDU is on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and Twitter. So with that, I will check and see, do we have any questions or anything that have come through that I should address before I leave today? I don't see anything here.
Sorry. So thank you so much, Cheryl. That was definitely very informative. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and experience. We would wait for some questions. Please engage with our presentators by asking queries in our chat box. If you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the chat box. While we are getting a few questions, we will invite Ayushi to uh, share her knowledge and experience for staying in Northern Territory. So over to you, Ayushi.
Thank you so much, Inoshi, for the introduction. And thank you so much, Cheryl. That was wonderful. We get to know a lot of insights about the Charles Darwin University. Now, Cheryl has covered most of the points in regards to living in Darwin and all, but I am going to give you all these information in a bit more detail. So here we are, not just studying in Northern Territory, but I'm also going to give you an insight of how the living is, how the standards are, how the public transport, everything. Hi everyone. My name is Ayushi. I'm from the Werribee office, and I'm back again with you all on Aussizz Summit 2022 Day 4. Today's topic is very interesting, I must say. I'm going to give you all the information on why studying in Northern Territory can be very beneficial for you all, especially for international students. Now, when we think about Northern Territory, the first thing we have in our mind is usually a hot and humid weather. Darwin as the whole state, but the whole state, the territory itself has its own trait, and let's just go through it. So I'll be starting my PPT here and you'll be sharing. So again, do not forget to give us a constructive feedback. Your feedbacks are always welcome. And you all can have bumper prizes. All can have a chance to win the bumper prizes. All right. Now, the first thing I'll explain about the Northern Territory is the entire state is regional. Now, what is a new regional definition here in today's days? So everything except Melbourne, Sydney, and Brisbane is considered regional. Now, the government has categorized them into Category 2 and Category 3. So Category 2 basically comprises of cities, major regional centers, for example, Adelaide, Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast, Geelong, Hobart, etc. Category 3 has mainly regional centers and areas. So pretty much Northern Territory, the entire state or entire territory is regional, no matter wherever you live. It's going to avail you some extra points for migration purpose. Now, living in Darwin is basically all about relaxation and the outdoors. It's like a gateway to the outback. The classic oceanside living, airy houses, open green spaces, just feels like you want to go right now and stay there and go on a vacation. Imagine you living there for all this time. The tropical warm landscapes and tropical nights. So basically, Darwin has, or not even Darwin, though, I would say the whole Northern Territory has two seasons, unlike other Australian states where we have four distinct seasons. So we have Darwin as a dry state, the dry and the wet season. The dry season is mainly from May till October, and it is actually one of the most important time, and it encourages all the influx of tourists, backpackers, and the family members to come visit the place. So that is an ideal time to visit Northern Territory. The wet season is usually from November till April. It's a bit humid at this point of time, and it is more difficult to enjoy the outdoors during this time. So the best season to go is the dry season. Now, the lifestyle is pretty affordable and relaxed. So there are many benefits when you live in any of the regional Australia. The pace of living in life in regional Australia is quite slower compared to other cities. So students studying in regional area are a bit laid back. So you feel like you're on the vacation most of the time. Even the people who work seem chilled out and the workload is less stressful. It is multicultural, as Cheryl has already explained, multicultural city with a strong indigenous population. One third of the residents are born overseas, which means 1 out of 5 person you meet somewhere is from somewhere in the world. So you are meeting every new person from one or the other place in the world. Again, it is one of the most welcoming and the diverse city. So everyone, especially for the international students. The students' homestay program through the Australian Homestay Network is provided by the government and are widely available for all international students. It'll enable you to teach you about the local customs and the assist you in settling yourself before you even start your studies. Having relaxed lifestyle, it is also quite less crowded. Unlike the hustle and bustle of Sydney and Melbourne, Northern Territory's popular city Darwin is more affordable. I think Cheryl has already given you an insight on what is the cost of living and everything. But yes, it is more affordable than Sydney or Melbourne in terms of living cost, renting, eating out, exploring, etc. So Darwin, again, is one of the popular cities along with Alice Springs. So Darwin is usually not surrounded by too many skyscrapers. So the temperature is again warm all the year round. And it is also said that you'll be living like in the Australians, one of the youngest capital city. So here we have opportunity for employment, networking, and career advancement. Students from 80 different countries. Now here 80, it can be 80 plus. Study with NT schools, vocational providers, English colleges, and Darwin University. And we'll just go next here. Okay, what are the attributes of Northern Territory? As I've just said it has got more than 3,600 international students, 20 plus registered crack course providers, and one esteemed university, Charles Darwin University. 100 different nationalities. It is ranked third in Australia, and it is also one of the top 2% of of the universities around the world. Smaller size classrooms, so it allows you to concentrate on your studies and start up your career in a positive way. So if you have a small size of classroom, obviously there is more chances that you'll be getting more attention and engagement from your lecturer and tutors. So it also enables you to support the network of friends, job network, and it can help you build the rapport with each and everyone in the class. Internships are provided as part of coursework. Not every provider does have this. However, CDU, as explained by Cheryl, the Mba program has got 300 hours of paid internship, unpaid internship. So it does include those sort of attributes with the university options. Again, Australia's two famous natural wonders, Uluru and the Kakadu National Park, one of the most scenic places in Northern Territory, and one of the most tourist attraction places. We'll go next here. Sorry, the slide is just loading here. Yeah, okay. So as it has been compared with the living expenses, cost of living expenses in regional is lower as compared to the other cities. So one of the reason is that is one of, again, the reason that international students prefer to live and study in a regional area. So the cost of living and the rental is almost 30% to what they are giving in Melbourne and Sydney. Along with that, they also have all the places which are pretty close by to where they are living. So let's say the closest airport in Darwin is around 5 kilometers. So you are not too far from the city, or you're not in the city. You live pretty much everywhere in the city. The air quality is again excellent. The Charles Darwin University is one of the best university in Australia. Darwin's proximity to Asia makes it Australia's most attractive option for international students, because obviously Asia's only few hours of flight from Darwin. So that is one of the closest places they can come. Hence, Darwin is becoming popular amongst international students these days. The city is surrounded by most stunning national parks, rainforests, reserves, and springs. As I said, Kakadu and the Uluru are one of the more popular tourist destinations here. NT has the lowest unemployment rate in the country. Yes, that's correct. NT is considered to be one of the very low in terms of unemployment rate in Australia. Cost of living I have covered here, enriched by the unique cultural and social opportunities. It also I think the ratio also says that Northern Territory is again highest in average wages in Australia. You can experience Australian culture here. The quintessential Australian culture is again in the regional Australia, while Australian cities are very multicultural. Australian towns are opposite and have fewer migrants. Employers have a wide range of options for international students with job and career growth opportunities, including casual work during the studies, internships as part of coursework, and post-study employment in your old field. Obviously, living in the regional area does make you eligible for applying another 2 years of extra post-study work visa. So in total, you can avail either a 4-year of post-study work visa or a 5-year if you're studying masters or masters by research courses. Darwin is again one of the cosmopolitan and vibrant with all the essential services and the infrastructure of the capital city. With over 100 multicultural and community groups, it is again one of the many popular places that you can go to in Australia and study in Australia. We'll go next slide here. Okay. Now, what are the course options available in NT? Now, when it comes to popular courses such as business, marketing, management, they do have all sort of courses available in Northern Territory. So there are many vocational providers, and there is one esteemed university. So general courses such as accounting, business, marketing, IT, etc., are available with different colleges. The providers are Alana K, Australian Careers College, Australian City College, etc. Courses such as hospitality, baking, early childhood, hairdressing, individual support, light vehicle, etc. Similar popular diploma courses such as leadership and management, community services, counseling, engineering, IT. So you do get one or the other course available for yourself. So pretty much if you consider and if you look at the popular courses amongst international students, Darwin or Northern Territory has entire list of courses. Bachelor's curriculum, again university, Charles Darwin University. So they're not only confined to higher ed, because when you think about the university, when you talk about the university, the first thing that pops up in every international student's mind is either they have bachelor's course or they have master's course, but they do have vocational courses as well, and they have wonderful courses. The commercial cookery at Charles Darwin University is one of the very popular course. Master's course again comprises of arts, business, public health, social work, teaching, IT, etc. So they have all sort of courses available in Northern Territory. We'll go next option here. Yeah, so as I've already mentioned, these are the certain providers, vocational providers, where you can easily get the courses such as baking, early childhood and education, community services, commercial cookery. They have diploma of leadership and management, IT, project management, marketing, etc. I've also covered the courses in Charles Darwin University, but they do have a list of more than 125 courses available in Charles Darwin University. I might just go in a bit of a detail of Charles Darwin University. We'll just go next slide here. Okay, so a truly unique university, I would say. It is recognized in the top 2% of the world universities. As an international university, students, staff, academic, and the research endeavors are usually globally connected here. So no other single Australian university services such a large area of the continent with the Northern Territory campus locations. It has developed a reputation as one of the most innovative teaching and learning and the most research intensive universities in Australia. The CDU's qualifications are recognized globally, and the graduates are highly valued and sought after. They do have good programs, and one of the very popular programs they do have is nursing. Again, nursing is pretty much full for the entire 2022 year, and even with the 2023, we are still waiting on them to get back to us in regards to the seats availability. Their MBA program is one of the very well-designed MBA program. They have 300 hours of internship included as part of their coursework. CDU does have many programs where they can actually look into the profile and can assess for an English waiver. So if you don't have an IELTS or PTE, but you have a strong academic file, you can submit an application, or you can go through an agent to submit the application, and we'll be assessing the applications for English waiver program. I think that's one of the very key factors that you have to think when you think about Charles Darwin University. They have pretty convenient location. They have campus one in Charles Darwin, that is in the city campus, and they also have a campus in Alice Springs. Small sizes classes, dual sector university. So as I said, they also have bed providers and higher education. So in terms of scholarship, now obviously scholarship, even the state has scholarship and the university has their own scholarships. Now let me talk about some scholarships here with you all. Higher graduate salaries. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Vice Chancellor Achiever Scholarship. So that is majorly for those students who are excellent academically. So if you've got really good academic background, then you have to give your academics along with the extracurricular certificates that you have, because sometimes universities, they not only portray a particular profile in terms of academics, but they do take the application along with your extracurricular activities accolades. So let's say if you have all of them, put all in the file and then submit the application to the university. They'll be assessing the profile accordingly. The higher achiever scholarship is up to 50%, and it is mainly for those who are really good, who have really good academics. So they usually look at the overall profile of the student. The next we have is Global Excellence, which is 50% off for the first year and the 10% off for the subsequent years. The next we have is Global Leader Scholarship, which is 25% for the first year and 10% subsequent. Global Achiever, that is 15% for the first year only. You have to make an application. However, some scholarships are automatically assessed if you are sound academically. CDU again also provides 1 week of free accommodation for all the new enrollments. So if you're a new student, you don't have to worry about where you're going to live or how are you going to find the accommodation. I guess 1 week should be enough in Darwin for you to find an accommodation, because accommodation and people are very friendly here. Free airport pickup is again provided by the university, which is again one of the good attributes that CDU provides. We'll go next slide here. And study and scholarships are also available. Now, these scholarships are again not from the university, but from the Northern Territory government. Now, they do provide certain amount of scholarships for international students, which can be up to $12,000 for higher education and $7,500 for the vocational. Now, this 75, it is pretty much for the first year only, but obviously you have to meet the certain criteria. Now, the criteria has to be English, has to be academic, has to be extracurricular activities, etc. On campus and off campus accommodation available. That is again from the university. They do provide one. If not, then they do have Northern Territory government providing and offering one as well. So you just have to apply for the program here. I think I've just mentioned about the scholarship which are given here. So studying Northern Territory scholarship, Australia's Northern Territory is $7,500 for the VET sector, and the higher is comprises of $12,000. We can go for the next one. Now, academic requirements. It is pretty similar to all the academic requirements that you would have in Melbourne, Sydney, or anywhere. However, the requirements of certain English programs are a bit low sometimes, depending on the course that you are applying for. So let's say if you are going ahead with the certificate level course, or if you're going ahead with the diploma level course, the general IELTS score accepted would be overall 5.5, no less than 5. But when it comes to bachelor's, again, it's overall 6 or 6.5, no less than 6. Masters, overall 7, no less than 6.5, or certain programs have overall 6.5 requirement with no less than 6. They do have all sort of programs starting from Certificate 3, Certificate 4, Diploma, Advanced Diploma courses, Bachelor courses, Graduate Diploma, Graduate Certificate, Masters, as well as they do have Masters of Research course as well. We'll go next slide here. I think I've just covered everything here. So higher education, again, you have to meet the requirements. They do have Masters by Research, and they do offer that. Now, what is the job market statistics? Now, obviously, one of the niche providers, one of the niche places to live in, because the job market is very vast for international students as well, not just working in other fields, but you can have an opportunity to work in your own field. Darwin has usually a growing population, a solid diversity economy, and a wide range of employment opportunities. The unemployment rate in Darwin is around 3.24%, which is very less as compared to other Australian places, so as part of other Australian places. It is a hub for industries such as oil, gas, and defense, and the Northern Territory is generally booming with a multi-million-dollar developments coming online in the region. It is Australia's #1 performing economy and has vast employment opportunities now as well as in the future. So there is high demand for skills in trades and profession, as you can look from the graph itself here. The tourism, including the hospitality, tourism, health management, and administration. The Northern Territory government has a skilled priority list. So basically, they need those professions. So they have 200 professions that they have shortlisted into that particular list, and they have a shortage of workers in that. Then they are actively seeking the migrants to relocate in that prosperous region and apply for a job. So there are an ample amount of job opportunities available when it comes to Darwin. It has earned the reputation. It has earned the reputation as a gold mine of opportunity. The rapid growth of the community, proximity to Asia, and the diverse industries has again cemented the city as a platform to launch your career and to gain access. what are the options? There is one more attribute that you can apply here. I think I've also mentioned before here is you also can avail a 2-year post-study work visa. So if you are studying up to bachelor's course, if you are eligible for a post-study work visa for 2 years, by living and studying in regional area can also make you eligible to apply for another extension of 2 years post-study work visa. That is 4 years. And for masters, it is 5 years of work visa. It has recorded 1,200 job advertisement over the recent months. That is pre-COVID, it was 1,200, but now it is 2,900. So you can see here the graph itself is more than double opportunities. So people prefer to live in Sydney and Melbourne. However, if you think of it's a hustle and bustle of area, there's a competition amongst each and every sector. There is employment competition, there is study competition. So while you live in Northern Territory, it is again one of the very rich resources. Very serene to live in, the beautiful environment, and the prestigious universities and the college providers. There is ample amount of employment available for you all to take an opportunity and just grab one. Again, pre-COVID, post-COVID, as I said, it is more than 50% of the growth mentioned in the pre and the post-COVID. We'll just go next here. With the strongest increase. Sectors that are pretty high in demand includes automotive sector, hospitality sector, education sector, early education, aged care and disability, health sector. Even in the health sector, you can see, or in any particular sector, let's say even if it's hospitality, there are particular occupations that needed more requirements. So let's say if it's cook, chef, hotel management, hotel manager, etc. University lecturer, teacher, secondary school, childcare worker, training officer. So there are subcategories as well into one particular category where they demand jobs, where they actually open their hands to come welcome international students or people living there and start working in that particular field. Even construction and manufacturing sector, again, one of the popular sectors here in Melbourne and Sydney, but not in other regional areas. But then welder, carpenter, cabinet maker, electrician, etc. are also widely welcome there. We'll go next here. Following the onset of COVID, the shutdown of the non-essential services. Now, Northern Territory fell by 8,600 between March 2020 and September. I guess that's not just Northern Territory. I would say the whole of Australia, the whole of world would have faced the repercussions of the COVID-19. But even the same period, the participation rate of the territory decreased from 75 to 70% in September, and the employment rate rose from 5 to a 7.3 in July 2020. So within the same year, rather than keep on falling statistics, it actually rose from 5% to 7%. So the unemployment rate rose from 5%. However, post-COVID, so I wouldn't say post-COVID because we are still in the middle of COVID situation here, but even after that, there is an immense increase in the employment in the current situation. So since September 2020, the employment in Northern Territory has increased by 2,600, but it is still below 4%, 4.5 below the pre-pandemic level. I think these stats are still not updated by 2021, but the current stats I've recently looked into, they do have an immense growth in the employment stage. Again, one of the very popular industries, employing industries in Northern Territory is healthcare and personal social assistance, public sector, construction, education and training, and all the retail trades. That includes hospitality, automotive, fabrication, welding, etc. So there is a huge change that you will see, and you will actually experience even while you live and study in Northern Territory. So we'll go next here. So these are the references that I have taken from the government website. So you can actually look into by yourself and fetch the data. Just to conclude, I'll say that when you study in Darwin, you'll be living in a place completely different from the rest of Australia. You'll feel that difference. It is an unadulterated and genuine Aussie experience. So you'll actually have more indigenous and aboriginal people that you'll be meeting on a day-to-day basis as well. Furthermore, it is filled with limitless opportunities, from the breathtaking natural surroundings to a friendly community and the learning experience. There is no other reason for you to not study in Australia, in Northern Territory, I would say. Guys, if you have any questions in regards to the presentation or living and studying in Northern Territory, you are more than welcome. I hope I have given you as much information. Again, with the providers, we don't have that many options available as you have in Sydney and Melbourne. But as compared to other regional states, you do have lot many providers, which I've already mentioned, and one pretty esteemed university. Again, at the end of the presentation, I'll just announce that we have a bumper contest. Do not forget to enter your feedback. The most descriptive feedback will avail the prize of $500. The next one will be $300, and then the $250. Also, if you're pretty interactive and giving all the answers to us in your chat, in our chats, you have free giveaways as well. The giveaway includes ISPT, CCL online coaching, the consultations, up to scholarships, etc. So let's not wait, and let's go ahead and ask questions, or do not forget to put the feedback in, I think, the link which has already shared by Inoshi before. Thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the session.
Thank you. Thank you, Ayushi. That was definitely very informative. And we would like now invite all of you to post your question in the chat box so that our expert can answer. So if you do have any question, please feel free to ask. So I think we are getting one question from Rakesh Mani. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong. So she is asking, what about PSW for 1 year PGD in teaching? Ayushi, would you be?
Yes, I think this is again, it'll be better off as one of our RMAs can answer this. However, I can just give you that with the post-study work visa, you have to have a bachelor's and a master's qualification. So not just 1 year postgraduate diploma won't make you eligible for applying one. So you can apply for a post-study work visa if you've completed 3 or 4 years of bachelor's and 2 years or 3 years of master's by research or master's.
Okay, we will wait for a few more questions.
Sure.
So everyone, thanks everyone for attending this session. So if you do have any more questions, please post in the chat box and our expert will answer that. And hope you find this information helpful. We would like to hear your feedback as well. So please do not forget to leave your review.
Guys, you can post any question related to living in Northern Territory or studying in Northern Territory. I think I've covered as much as I can in terms of living cost, public transportation, which is approximately $7 a week, pretty cheap as compared to other cities in Australia. I've cleared all the doubts about living and studying in Northern Territory, apart from giving scholarships from CDU, etc. You can ask if you have any other questions, so we can go ahead and answer all your queries.
Also, please do not miss out on our next info session on some very exciting topics. You may join straight away through the link provided in the chat box. Also, if you do have any questions, please post in the chat box.
So we'll wait for another 2 to 3 minutes to see if you have any question. If not, then thank you so much for attending this session. I hope you find all the information. The session will be available for you all to refer just in case if you missed out on anything. It'll be available on our Facebook page or on YouTube.
Okay, Ayushi, we are getting another question. So Avani is asking, if I have done MBA, then can I go for master course again?
Yes, you certainly can. It's not just MBA. So if you've already, the question says, have you done MBA in finance, or you would like to pursue MBA in finance and you've already done one MBA before?
So Avani, have you done MBA in finance? Okay.
So So just meanwhile, Ivani, once she answers the question, I've already done. Okay. So once you've already done masters, you can pursue another masters, has to be in different field. So you cannot go something that is similar to your field because you've already completed a higher education in that particular field. But let's say after management, if you think that you want to pursue something in accounting or something, sorry, accounting, finance, you've already done something in IT, information systems, or project management, some or the other thing, you can pursue another masters. But
Any
you
more
won't be eligible
questions?
for another post-study work visa. So if you've already availed one master's and one post-study work visa, there won't be another option for you to apply one again. I hope I've answered this. Yeah, got it. Thank you.
Any more questions?
Any other questions that you guys have?
Okay, so now we will wrap up the session. So also thank you so much everyone for attending this session. Hope you found it informative and helpful. We would like to hear your feedback, so please do not forget to leave your review. A review link is shared in the chat box. Your feedback is much appreciated. Please do not miss out on our next info session on some very exciting topic. You may join straight away through the link shared in the chat box. So thank you so very much, and let's join our next session. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Hey!